Hi, my name is Eddie, and I want to talk to you about something we all want but very few get, and that is success. Whether it's success in your life, in your finance, in your relationship, in your business, in your health, we all want some sort of success, but very few get it. Why is that? It's because of our habits, things we do on a daily basis that has got us to where we're at now. So if you don't like where you're at now, it's because of what you've done in the past. But how do we fix that? We got to change our habits. But before we can change our habits, we got to understand how habits work. And it's very simple. It's a 3-step process. Step number 1, there is a trigger. Something that's going to trigger you to do a habit. For example, you get hungry, right? You get hungry, and so you take actions. You go to the nearest McDonald's, you go to the nearest In-N-Out, you go to the nearest Burger King, and you get your food, and you get satisfied after you eat. You get your satisfaction. See, so that's 3 steps. There's a trigger, the habit, and then the reward. See, we all do habits, we all do things to get a reward. We want our satisfaction, our pleasures, we want everything to be met, So we got to understand that when there's a trigger, we got to make a better decision to get a better reward. Make sense? So now that we know how this works, now we can be able to change it. Once you get that trigger, you got to be able to make the proper decision ahead of time, so when the trigger comes, you know what to do so you can get a better reward. For example, let me give you an example. You get home, right, and you want to be healthy, but what is your routine? What is it you do? You get home, you go sit on the couch, you watch your TV, you're eating hot Cheetos, you're eating ice cream, you're eating cakes, you're eating whatever, and you're not doing any kind of exercise. All you're doing is changing the channel, right? Is that really going to help you be fit? No, it's not. So you got to make a change. The trigger is you walk in that door, right? You're walking in that door. What is it you're going to do? Your habit is going to sit in the couch. So what is the new step? You walk in that door, right away you put those running shoes on. Right away you make that juice, right away you make that salad. What is it you're going to do? You step in, put your running shoes, you go out. Without question, you go out and you go walk. You go run, you go jog, you go do something that's going to help you out. And you got to do it on a daily basis. In the beginning, it's going to be a pain. You're not going to want to do it. It's going to be tiring. You'll be like, oh my God, I got to do this and da-da-da-da-da. But you got to do it. Eventually, after a week, 2 weeks of doing it consistently, it's going to become a habit. You have just reprogrammed yourself to do something, and made it a habit. And now that it's a habit, is it going to give you success? Yes or no? Of course it is. Why? Because if you walk on a daily basis, it's going to give you more fit, more healthy. It's going to make your blood circulate better, right? It's going to make you even think better. The blood's going to be pumping better to your brain. See, so we got to change these habits. Another thing, you want to be successful. You're not happy in the job you're in, right? It's because of the habits you did. The habits you have, actually, it's the habits that you have. So what do you got to do? You got to change it. What are you doing after you get out of work? What are you doing? Are you playing video games? Are you on the internet? Is it helping you get out of that job and get into something you want to? If the answer is no, then you need to change it. You need to come in home and you need to start reading. You need to start studying on what is it you want to do for your life. What is it you want to do? You want to be a businessman? Do you want to be a property manager? What is it you want to do? And then you got to study. There's books out there, how people have done it. You got to study. You got to, if you're going to use the internet, use it for a good cause. Look at seminars. Look at people who have made it. Look at speeches. Look at everything that is going to help you improve in that spot. In your relationship, what are you doing? Are you coming home and yelling at your wife? Hey, what is this? Isn't that? Are you taking the time to say, hey, baby, I love you? Are you taking the time to give her that kiss? Are you taking the time to even cuddle with her? If they love cuddling, you got to take your manhood aside and cuddle. What are you doing? You need to start thinking about what are you doing? What have you been doing that has got you here? And then you need to start, once you figure out that, and then you need to start changing it for something better. What can I do to get me where I want to be? My wife is not happy with me. What have I done to get here? Have I neglected her? Have I yelled at her? What have I done? Now, what can I do to fix that? Because you can't fix something that you don't know is broken. Make sense? So you got to figure out what is wrong in this equation, and then you got to fix it to get the answer. Make sense? So now that we know how habits work and how we can change them, it's time to act on it. And now I don't want you to try 1 week and stop. Try 2 weeks and stop. It's not working. It's not working, Eddie. You know what? I gotta try something else. It's not. No, it's not gonna work after 1-2 weeks. You gotta use it on a constantly basis. You gotta make that change in your mind. Decide. You know what? I'm gonna do this to the end. Until I see that result, this is what I'm gonna do. Until I see my results, I'm gonna continue walking every day. Because once you see the result, you're not gonna want to stop. You're going to know that it worked. Oh my goodness, I lost 20 pounds. I look fit. I'm going to continue doing this because I like the way I feel. I like the way I look. It makes me more confident. And that's what you want. You want success? You got to change your habits, your daily basis habits. Now, I hope this helped.